Archie brings me down to the lake and boat's full of water. Boat's full of water. What's up with that? You gonna fish in that? What?
I brought you a bucket though, Bob.
Well, I'd have brought knee boots if I'd have known I was going to stand in the water to fish.
There's a bucket in the back of the truck, Bob, for you to dip out.
You know I can dip out. I did that in the pit one day. I was sore for a week after that.
Ooh, look at that sunshine.
I like the sun. Come on. 62 degrees, and the fish are about to bite. We're about to wear them out. I don't know how to feel about my new face yet.
A boom, 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 boom. A bang, 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 bang. I love the way you fly. Oh, I love the way you die. I love the way you walk. I love the way you fall. I knock you off of your feet. Something good to eat. Oh, boom, boom, boom. How, 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 how. Get it down.
We're going to a friend of ours' farm south of Jonesboro. It's got a great lake on it. It's supposed to be pretty loaded up. Obviously, things weren't quite ready for us when we arrive, so we have to do a little pumping. Got to get the water out of the boat before we can actually get out on the lake. So in the meantime, why not just fish a little on the bank? Worth a shot, right?
The goal is always to catch the first fish. That's the goal. You know, my goal is just to beat Bob. I don't care if there's 5 other people fishing. I just want to catch the first fish before he catches one.
So while we're waiting for the water to pump out of the boat, I've got a couple of new rods and reels, and they're not loaded up with a line yet. Archie loaded his up the night before.
I think he thinks that I took him, he thinks I've adopted him. I think he thinks he's like my brother or son, you know. I don't know why he thinks that, but he thinks I'm supposed to take care of him all the time. I really don't understand that. Maybe his wife has told him that maybe she takes care of him in such a way that he thinks I'm supposed to take care of him that way. He's a grown man. First fish.
What is going on, dude?
This is
all right,
the first
something's
fish.
Not right here.
Hey, look here. First fish of the season, you know, going on here.
You call that a fish?
I call that we are doing conservationist stuff today.
What is going on the line?
You know, hey, this is what happens when you come prepared and you're ready to go. And Bob, look at Bob.
What's up with my line?
I'm gonna help Bob. I'm gonna help.
What has happened here? Since Archie didn't help me out as a friend and go ahead and get my gear loaded up and ready to go, I'm having to do that now. And he, of course, can't wait or help or in that process, so he's standing on the bank and he's just pulling them in one after another. I'm like, what is going on? And I can't get my line rigged up. As always, things just don't seem to go as well as I planned.
I told him there's a little button on the side of those open cast reels that keeps it from letting the line out, you know, and you reel it in. And I told him he had the button. I said, you got the button turned off? No, I don't. No, and he just kept on and on and on and on and griping the whole time, and sure enough.
Like I said, my one fish equals 2 of Archie's fishes. And that's pretty much how I roll. It's usually 1 for every 3. Oh! First fish of the season. Looks like a good one. Uh-oh, Archie caught another baby. I think now the 3 he's caught, he's now caught at least the size of my one.
Let's see how big it is. It's coming toward the camera. Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Look at Bob Snell. See, the Lord has not blessed Bob Snell. The Lord has not blessed Bob Snell.
Wait a minute.
Look, let me get mine. See?
Oh,
Yeah.
wait a minute. Hold it. No, nope. On side by side. Come on, preacher man. Side by side. Look. Come on. Side by side.
All right, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna
there.
serve you. I'm gonna serve you. Let me tell you what I'm gonna do. Hand me your fish.
What you doing?
I'm gonna go put it in the cooler.
You the man.
Oh, drop!
You trying to sabotage it?
I think so. He put too much line on that sucker. I I'm not sure why. I have loaded line on reels before many times, and for some reason I cannot get this to work. It is like tangling up, it's bird's nesting, I don't know. He has got me messed up. I might have to cut off about 100 foot of this stuff. So lines everywhere. I'm trying to figure out how to get the line undone, and next thing I know, I feel something on the line. What's this? Hey, guess what it is? Look at this. Old school, baby. Going old school, baby. I just start reeling her in. Come on. Just hand over fist right here. Old school. That's the old school hook set right there. Pull her right up to the bank. That's how you do it, Archie. That's how you do it right there.
Archie tried to mess you up and didn't.
It did. Still didn't work, did it? Barehanded, line everywhere, and I still managed to yank him in. That's what I call a real fisherman. You never give up on it.
Boomtime with Bob and Archie is proud to be brought to you by Bandit and Avery Outdoors.
Folks make fun of my old John Bow, but the motor still runs, the hull still flows, still drag us down to the same old hole behind the same old truck I bought years ago. That's right.
Get in the red zone and seal the deal.
We are always telling Glenn Sane stories. I'm Danny Ford. And I have another story. Two of our customers and friends were taking a duck boat to Black River one day. They were driving along and a man pulled up beside them on a pickup truck. He was yelling at them to pull over. And they looked at each other and said, "This guy is mad." And they wondered if they pulled out in front of him. Well, they finally pulled over. The man got out. He said, "Guys, your boat, motor, and trailer is about 5 miles back down the road." Glenn Sane, God bless our troops.
Get set for hunting season now at D&W Outdoors in Jonesboro. Guns, archery, camo, ammo, and more all in one giant colossal store. Shoot the thrill with guns, and more guns. With free setup and bore sight with any gun or scope purchase. Browning, Benelli, Remington, Weatherby, Marlin, Winchester, Savage, Mossberg, TCA, CVA, Knight, Sig, Smith & Wesson. Woo! D&W Outdoors on Parker Road just off the 63 bypass in Jonesboro. Online at dnwoutdoors.com. Get set for hunting season now at D&W.
This segment of Boomtime with Bob and Archie brought to you by Russell's Truck Accessories.
So after all that debacle, even though I caught bigger fish, Archie caught more fish from the bank. Now we finally got all the water out. Let's head out to the lake, see what's gonna happen.
I'd been down there with the owner a few days before, so I kind of had an idea. He just pointed out across the lake and kind of told me, hey, here's some hot spots. And so you just got to move, you got to fish, you know. See if they're up spawning, if they're up close to the bank, they're out a little off the bank, if they're on the points.
Oh yeah, we'll take him. Take his bad boy and lay him out.
I don't know, but once again, for some reason, I end up in the back of the boat. Archie's in the front driving the boat. I don't understand. He doesn't trust me driving the boat. I'm not really sure what the reason is, but so far, on all the fishing adventures that we've been on, I have yet to drive the boat.
I drive the boat because I am in command. I am the commander of the ship. And Bob does not know how to drive the boat. That's the issue. Makes me nervous when he drives the boat. Goes all over the lake, zigzags around. Does not work the points. He doesn't do right.
And somehow, we always seem to be like perpendicular to the bank instead of parallel to the bank. Typically, if you're driving the boat, you want to keep the boat parallel to the bank. But Archie likes to keep the boat perpendicular to the bank, which is an advantage for the guy in the front. The guy in the back, not so much. So the guy in the back does a lot of either just casting out into the deep water or throwing over the guy in the front's head, which I do that a lot too.
When I'm driving a boat, am I concerned about Bob in the back? Yeah, I mean, I try. Hey, really, I try. I'm like anything. But Bob, you know, it's like if we're covering water real fast, I can't fish every spot. But he wants to fish right where I was or something. And then he wants to come up in front of the boat with me a lot of times, you know, and fish. And then he's griping the whole time about whatever, you know. Hey, he doesn't bring his poles, and he doesn't have them rigged up, and anybody wants to be right up there with me fishing. So, you know, it's like having a big kid in the boat.
Archie does not want me to drive the boat. I don't understand. I mean, I just don't get it. Other than he wants to catch more fish than me. There's a little competition going on. I don't know if you've noticed that on our program, but we do have some competition every once in a while for duck killing, fish catching, whatever it is. There's always just a little tinge of competition in there, even though he would never admit that.
Yeah, if Bob was fishing by himself, he could drive the boat. If Bob bought us like a brand new bass boat, he could drive the boat. You know, let's see. If Bob located the place we're going to fish and took me in his truck with his boat, he could drive the boat. But other than that, I am driving.
In front of the boat with me. Of course, I would never admit that Archie's a better fisherman than me.
I was covering up my shot.
Oh, right in my booty. Sorry. I gave you a moon shot there. Sorry. There you go. There you go, baby. There you go. Nice. You get that first cast out in front of everybody, it's easy to do.
You know, you whine a lot.
Have you noticed that?
I do.
Sometimes I don't like catch and release.
That don't count. But you always
gotta
tell
get it in
me
the boat. You're right.
count.
It doesn't count unless
That's
you get it in the
good
boat.
fish.
Does not count unless you get it in the boat.
You know, you're right.
Archie, how long you been married?
28 years.
Woo, I got 29. I got a year on you.
So what's it been like for 29 years?
It's been really good, but it's been a lot of work. I mean, marriage is not a, you know, nobody needs to go into that thinking that it is all going to be a bed of roses. Of course, you know, we were both Christians when we got married, so, you know, that does make it easier. You know, we've got the same goals, the same purposes. So that is definitely one of the things we didn't have to struggle with.
What do you think was the cause of any disagreement you had? What do you think? What kind of?
Selfishness, most of the time.
And
I think selfishness, yeah, I mean, I think that's it. It's like I want my way, and
Yeah.
you know, she would want her way on something, and you just have to learn. You got to learn to compromise. When you grow up your whole life, most of the time thinking of, you know, how to take care of yourself. And so when you get married, you got to think of, I got to take care of my wife.
Gosh.
Did you almost catch a fish?
I got him back.
I lost him and then I got him back. Oh, that's funny.
I know for us, Angie told me, you know, when we first got married, she said that, she said, hey, look, you can hunt all you want to. She said, but when these boys get big enough to go with you, they're going. She said, you're not going to be gone all the time, you know, working and gone all the time hunting. So I said, yes, ma'am. So, you know, there were days, hey, when they're 4 years old and in a deer stand with you, that's not that much fun.
No, that's not.
You know, and you're not really going to kill anything. And then when they're as close in age as they were, 16 months apart, they would just get in a brawl in a deer stand at 4, you know, get mad, cry, you know, carry on, fight. But it's been good. I don't know, man. That's one thing. Angie and I, we just, you know, and we made decisions. We made decisions about parenting.
Yeah.
Made decisions about where we're going to spend our time, you know. But I tell you what, I had to make that decision to say, you know, because I didn't get saved. I was 25, so I had to make the decision about going to church. My family was going to go to church. You know, Angie was a believer, and that's what she wanted anyway. But I had to make it happen.
You got it?
Yep.
More giant bass in an undisclosed location. Parts unknown in the monster bass.
This segment of Boomtime with Bob and Archie brought to you by the Camo Shop. For more about Boomtime with Bob and Archie, visit us on the web at boomtime.tv. There you can find all of our past episodes and connect with us through Facebook, Twitter, and email.
They're here. Ranger XP 1000, the most powerful Ranger ever. General 4, the off-road's most popular new crossover. And Ride Command, connecting you like never before. See the best of 2017. Or grab a great deal on remaining 2016s. Get rebates up to $2,000 during the Polaris factory authorized clearance.
Barton Power Sports, Parker Road off the 63 bypass in Jonesboro.
Getting to your dentist can be inconvenient. Sometimes you simply can't take off of work or don't have enough time during the day. At Higginbotham Family Dental, we add more hours to your day with our convenient 7 to 7 and Saturday hours. We know how busy life can be, so we've changed our schedule to help accommodate yours. You don't have to miss out on the important or memorable moments. Your convenience and comfort is our first priority because we know how important family is. Higginbotham Family Dental, now 7 to 7 and Saturday appointments.
Because of my work schedule, I usually end up walking the dog kind of late. Normally, I feel pretty safe in my neighborhood, but after a few instances around town, I was looking for some protection. United Pawnbrokers helped me find the right gun for me. Not only did they have the absolute best prices in town, but they made the whole process easy. Now I can go for a walk at any hour and feel safe, and United Pawnbrokers helped me do that.
Mom, can we go camping? Let's go camping!
Mashburn's RV on South Stadium in Jonesboro has a Jayco camper to keep the kids happy, make dad proud, and mom comfortable for years of family fun.
Hi, I'm Laura Dixon. Let us show you how affordable a Jayco travel trailer, pop-up, or anything in between is from Mashburn's RV for year-round vacation or weekend getaways.
Get your Jayco camper during the 2016 clearance event going on now at Mashburn's RV on South Stadium in Jonesboro.
Or online at mashburnrv.com.
Let's go camping!
Quality clothing for farmers.
Welcome back to Boomtime with Bob and Archie. This is Shop Talk, where we take scripture and we try to help apply that to our everyday lives.
Which camera are we looking at?
We're looking at this one.
Okay.
And so we're going to talk about, for the next 6 weeks, we're going to talk about Ephesians. And we're going to start with Ephesians 5, 21, 22, and 23. And be subject to one another in the fear of Christ. Wives, be subject to your own husbands as to the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ also is the head of the church, he himself being the Savior of the body. And women, this is not just about you, this is about men as well, and about how we are supposed to love you submissively.
That's exactly right.
Help us figure that out.
Well, we have a problem today, probably an epidemic in our culture. We have many men and women growing up in a family situation where they don't have good models. Hey, in fact, Bob, some folks may realize this is about 80% of boys and girls will grow up at some point without a dad or a mom in the family. So basically what we have is a lot of men and women do not know how to love their spouse, and especially how to love someone sacrificially. So it's one of our roles we sit all throughout Scripture, just like you read. The Lord teaches us how to do that. We are to mutually submit ourselves in a marriage to one another.
Right.
And I know sometimes ladies will read that passage in verse 22 of Ephesians 5 and think, well, that means I'm supposed to be a doormat. No. That is not what that means. And that's not God's desire for you. But submission, we understand submission in society. Hey, Bob, if you're driving 60 and a 45, what may happen to you?
I'll probably get a ticket.
So that's a submission to authority, to drive a speed limit, just in paying taxes, our government. We understand submission.
Right.
Well, God has told us how to do this in the marriage. And so he tells us, he said, wives, submit to, he says, your own husband, not to other men, but to your husband. And you know, we'll talk about throughout the coming weeks of how the man is to lead the wife. But we're to be mutually submit. That means we put, husbands and wives, we put each other before ourselves.
Yeah.
Is that idea?
But like you said, you're talking about the doormat. I mean, if a man is not treating his wife like Christ loved the church, then what is she to do at that point?
Well, and here's the thing. God has designed a family for the man to be the spiritual leader. And we know this in any marriage. And there's probably some ladies that are watching this today. They're sitting there going, my husband is not the spiritual leader. In fact, her husband's probably very passive. Yeah. And, you know, I would encourage that lady, man, continue to be in the Word of God, continue to pray, find that Bible-believing church, attend that. Mm-hmm. Find something about your husband that you can respect. And tell him, hey, you're doing a good job. He may be a great provider of the family. Right. He's just not leading spiritually. But now, if he's asking her to do something that violates the Word of God, like if he says, hey, I want you to go kill 10 people with an axe.
Yeah.
Well, you can't do that. But the Bible also, the Lord teaches us that godly women can win their husband over without saying a word.
Yeah.
And it's the power of the gospel working in a lady. So it's not that you let him treat you like a doormat, have affairs on you, that kind of stuff. We're not talking about that. We're talking about just everyday living. If he says, hey, honey, you know, I believe in buying a house or doing this, talk about it, have that conversation. But ultimately, he's designed to make decisions in the marriage. And so the wife saying, you know what, but giving wisdom to him, but say, you know what, I'm going to submit to that. I'm going to go along with you, but be that godly woman. Hey, women, there's a whole other aspect. No, women have great power and influence over men.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you. But the Bible specifically says you can win your husband without ever speaking a word, just by how you act and you speak. I mean, or you act and you're before him. He will see the gospel, the power of the gospel within you.
So as outdoorsmen, you know, we love to get quick practical tips on how to hunt better, fish better, do whatever we do. Give us a couple of quick practical tips on how we love our wife submissively.
Okay, here's one. Angie and I are both coffee drinkers. Okay, we love coffee. And, you know, you may have grown up in a household where it's like the wife is supposed to get up and fix the coffee in the morning, fry the eggs and all that stuff. Well, I'll tell you what, if your wife, for example, is a coffee drinker, find out what she likes or whatever. Man, I get up in the mornings, first thing I do, go to that coffee maker. I make her a cup of coffee first. Now, she's not up yet.
Yeah.
And I put a little top on it. And I walk it in there, and I turn the light on in the bathroom. I set it on the bathroom sink, and then I go to bed and go, hey, baby, hey, it's time to get up. It's time to get up. It's time to get up. Kind of encourage her like that.
Gentle wake up.
You know, hey, that is me submitting to her. I mean, that's just a proper way. Hey, and there are things, too, man, you know, and both our kids are out of the house, and yours are not. There's life after that. Just want you to know, we empty nester.
Hope so.
But I tell you what, when if the clothes hamper gets full, hey, I'm a man. I can kill stuff. I got deer heads hanging on the wall. I'm excited about that. But you know what? I know how to run that washing machine. And I didn't lose my manhood by turning that washing machine on. Now,
I did 2 loads last night and folded them and put them away. Come on.
Now, I don't like folding.
I don't like any of that.
I'm not going that far.
That's part of that submissiveness. She was worn out last night. And so I said, you know what? I know she didn't want to do this, so I did it. I did 3 loads. I stayed up to about midnight getting those done.
There you go, man.
So those are great practical tips, things we can do as husbands to love our wives.
There's going to be a lot of coffee made this week.
There's going to be a lot of coffee made for that. So if you want more information or you want to talk to us about that, you can private message us on Facebook or Twitter, or you can just go to our website and you can send us an email at bob@boomtime.tv or archie@boomtime.tv. We would love to talk to you more about that and help you find a Bible-believing, Bible-teaching church wherever you are.
You know, and we would admit we don't have all the answers to that. But I tell you what, we've been in ministry a long time. We have a lot of resources, a lot of people we know around the country. We want to help you. The enemy is out to destroy marriages.
Absolutely.
And so any way we can help you, please email us. You know, if one of the wives is watching and you have a question for one of our wives, hey, email us at archie@boomtime.tv or bob@boomtime.tv and just say, hey, would you have your wife speak with me?
Yeah, absolutely.
We'd be glad to let them talk with you also.
We'll be right back.
Interested in hearing more from Pastor Archie? You can watch all of his sermons from Central Baptist Live or on demand at centralbaptist.com/live. Closed captioning of Boomtime with Bob and Archie, brought to you by Apex Communications.
No toasters, just cash.
Get up to $100 when you open a Focus free checking account. Just $25 to open. Get free checks, free instant issue debit card, free mobile banking, free online banking, free bill pay, and free direct deposit. All with no minimum balance and no monthly service charge.
Stop by any branch or visit us online at focusbank.com.
I'll take the ones on the left.
Hey, get him.
Uh-oh. I can't see.
Man, what's
the
wrong with you?
sun is killing me.
Hey, you need some Oakley sunglasses from Lens.
I gotta have prescription.
Hey,
I got a prescription.
In 1 hour. They'll give them to you in
1
1
hour.
hour.
I'll be back in an hour and before you can kill your limit.
No way.
We are Straister Brothers Construction in Blytheville, and we build industry. We're one of Middle America's top providers of construction, engineering, and design services since 1980. We are a debt-free company, own our own equipment, and complete projects on time and on budget. So from conception to completion, Straister Brothers offers all the services needed for your next industrial build. Straister Brothers Construction, we build industry. For more info, visit StraisterBrothers.com.
If there's one thing we know about the future, is that we want them to have it even better than we did. The best is what we're expecting. For our families, for our best friends, for our better halves. So when someone we love is not feeling their best, that's when we need it the most. To get the best doctors, the best hospitals, the best treatment. To just get better.
Here you go, Bob.
You guys are fast. Thanks, Rusty.
Man, there are doves flying everywhere. I need Bob.
I'm back. Wait, they're right there. I can see now.
Wow, you actually hit those.
Hey, Lens Masters will take care of you, baby. Hey. I can see again.
This segment brought to you by the Arkansas Baptist Foundation.
Confession time. I do have to confess that Archie was good enough, kind enough to actually help me get my line on my reel. And then I got angry with him. Didn't get angry, but I got frustrated because my line kept coming off because it was too much. And then he said, you got your switch flip wrong. I said, no, I've tried that already. And then when I tried it again, it was operator error. So he was right, I was wrong. So I do confess that.
You were a little confused.
And
Bob was a little confused this morning.
And I confess that he did help me do that. It took his time to do that, so I was very kind of him.
Have to confess that, Bob was, 20 minutes late this morning. Had a brand new fishing pole, didn't even have it ready, and I knew I was going to get here. I'd already been here before. I knew I was going to get here on the bank, and I knew I was going to catch the first fish before he even got his pole ready.
He caught 3 before I caught my first, of course, and then I caught one that was bigger than all 3 of the ones he just caught.
No. That's a lie.
It is not. We've got video proof. Oh, I will confess it once again. I'm in the back of the boat. Archie's driving the boat.
Alpha dog.
I get all the fished water. I mean, so it's hard to catch fish when you're like that. You're usually down, it's 2 to 1 most of the time.
What we need to do is, some of you guys out there, email me, Archie@boomtime.tv. If you have a fishing partner that acts like Bob, whines, always in the back of the boat, never on time. I just want to know if anybody lives the life I live.
And then I said, well, let's just see what happens. He said, no, you can't drive the boat. He won't let me drive the boat.
I do have a confession. This is the first time I've ever fished with Bob. Well, there was one other time when your rod fell out of the boat in 8 foot of water and he had to go in after that.
I did have to jump
He did
in.
have a rod.
Yeah.
I will say that. But last year, first time we did a fishing episode, he shows up. So, okay, I'm ready. I said, where's your gear? He looked at me and he said, I'm going to use yours.
You got a ton of poles and
And
stuff.
so,
in town. What I need to
yesterday I said, you know what? We're going to the store and each of us going to buy us a new pole.
You're going to get yourself a new rod.
So he's got his own pole now.
I'm ready.
Anyway, it's been a great day. It's been good.
Hope you've enjoyed episode 1. Looking forward to 2 next. Peace out.